Hello everyone! Well, that was quick. You can now use the Pro Controller 2 on PC for PC games. You'll need to use two tools in order to do that. I'll be leaving the links to these tools in the description of this video. First, connect your controller with a USB Type-C cable. Then you should go to this website, Procon2 Enabler Tool, and click Enable HID Output. Select your Pro Controller and connect to it. And now your controller is already working in DInput mode. All of the buttons works correctly, and the two back buttons works as extra buttons. But to have more compatibility, you must change this input to XInput. And that's where the second program comes in. You should get the xOutput software on GitHub, and when you launch it, click on Add Controller. Then click on Edit, and click the last button on this window, Configure All. And here, you just have to press the respective buttons. Then you can check if all buttons are working correctly. In my case, the left stick was inverted and the right stick wasn't configured correctly. Then you can just reconfigure them, and if they're still inverted, you can press the invert button. Now everything is working correctly, you can close this window and click Start. You'll still see the DInput controller, but you'll also see an Xbox controller. And this controller will work perfectly. Now let's check how good these sticks are. They're not centered perfectly, but they have no dead zones. Perhaps a calibration on the Switch 2 can make it better. There is no cardinal snapping, and there is no outer dead zone too. And if we check the circularity, this is the best results for a first-party controller ever. The right stick is a bit worse, but that's the stick I've disassembled, so that broken tab might have damaged it a bit. Still, it didn't affect gameplay in my experience. The resolution is pretty good too, with around 500 steps. And what about the D-pad? Well, this D-pad can do this, which is a bit weird. But again, it doesn't affect gameplay. The diagonals are easy to hit, which is a good point in my opinion. And the center pivot works really well. Now, what most people complain about this D-pad is that when you're rocking left and right, you'll get accidental presses on down and up. But I think this is more connected with the way you play. If you press down on the D-pad and rub your finger, it will happen more frequently. But if you alternate between left and right, it will happen less often. But still, for those who play by rubbing the finger, the D-pad is a bit less sensitive now. Here's how it was in the original Pro Controller. And now here's on the Switch 2 Pro Controller. In the end, I still think this is not a good D-pad, especially because of this. If you press lightly on the D-pad, it can sink down, but it won't register any inputs. Because this is a flaw from membrane buttons. You must press the button hard enough so that the rubber can make contact with the board below. And because of that, the input will be tied to how much pressure you apply to the D-pad. If you press it hard, the input will be super consistent. But as soon as you get more relaxed and release your thumb a bit, you will lose the diagonal press. And this same behavior happens on the original Pro Controller as well. Now, if you want to see what a good D-pad looks like, take a look at the 8-bit Do Ultimate 2 or 2C. You can hit diagonals by pressing only in one direction, and the diagonals itself are super consistent. This controller uses dumb switches, and you can know exactly when the direction is activated by the clicks the controller makes. on the Pro Controller 2, the sticks are awesome, and the D-pad is kinda okay. It could be better, but hopefully someone will make a mod for the D-pad to make it similar to the 8-bit Do Ultimate 2, and some new analog stick modules that will have Hall effect sensors. And that's it for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.